Alright, back again. Today we got out the old Sega Mega Drive, and I figured we could put in this game here, Batman. So, let's pop this in and play some of that. This is a really cool game made by Sunsoft, and it's something that I had never really heard about until I came across it just recently, so I decided to pick it up, but it's a really good game. The intro here is a little bit long, but we'll let it roll through and let you get a chance to see what it's like. It's kind of cool because it actually has the same characters, original people, like the pictures from the original Batman in it, like Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. But we'll let the intro run through here. Like I said, it's a little bit long, but it's pretty good. And as you can see, everything's in English on this game, which is kind of interesting. No Japanese on it, so... And as you can see, quite a long intro there, but first what we'll do is we'll go into our options menu, and you can select the amount of players that you want here, 3 to 7, and then you can go down here and select the music if you want to change the stage to normal or hard. We'll just leave it at this here. And this is a really good, pretty much sequel to the original one for the NES. It's not as difficult, but still very fun. Graphics-wise, it's pretty good as well. With the C button, you have your jump. With B button, you have your punch. If you duck down, you can do a kick. And with the A button, you have your throwing weapons. So, if you press up and press C at the same time, you can do your grappling hook. And works out in some locations. There's some locations where you can't use it at all, but the game is not extremely hard by any means. Neither are the bosses. The game does have some cheap times where the bosses will do the same move over and over again and get you kind of stuck in a loop. And some parts where it's really hard to jump because of enemies shooting at you, but overall it's not too difficult. In fact, if you save your throwing weapons until the end, near bosses, bosses can die with ease, but if you use them all up, you can probably wind up expecting getting hit a lot. There are different things, like the bats there, those will increase your throwing weapons. And here's our first boss. These hearts here will increase Batman's life. If you see down on the bottom there, the E is the enemy's health, the B is Batman's. But as soon as we run out of our throwing weapons, then it'll become a little bit more challenging here. If you press diagonally and jump at the same time, you'll actually do a barrel roll jump, which is needed in some cases, and it took me a little while to figure it out here, but, whoop, dying already. Like I said, with the throwing weapons here, if you have lots of throwing weapons, these bosses can die with ease, but if not, it's really hard to hit them. There are some cases where you need to do that barrel roll jump, like this stage, for example. If you just press jump once, you do just a single jump. If you press diagonally and jump once, you just do a single jump. So you have to press diagonally and jump twice in order to do that roll. Have some really cool stage effects here, like the exploding pipes here. When you latch onto something, you have to hold up and press it again in order to grapple up. But this is one where you need to use the barrel roll in order to get over it. If you don't, you can't get over that section there. But music-wise and gameplay, it's really good. It's not bad at all. Expect to get hit a lot in different areas. There are some areas where the enemies just keep coming and they hit you without warning over and over again. But overall, it's a really good title to pick up for the Mega Drive. I would totally recommend getting this if you don't have it already. There are some cool stages in this game. One stage being where you can drive the Batmobile, and it's almost like a spy hunter kind of stage. There's also one where you can fly the, what is it, the Batwing, and it's another cool stage. Yeah, some parts, like I said, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get hit. Go over here and get some more of our weapon power-ups. Some cool effects in the game, like in this stage here, there's some pipes that actually bulge up when they're going to explode. This pipe here just explodes like woo, like normal, as I overjump it. Woo! Just getting hit left and right here. Trying to look through the camera while I'm playing here, it's a little bit challenging. You can see there, the pipe just kind of bulged out. I thought that's a kind of cool effect in this game. You really got to watch out for over jumping though, as it can cause you a lot of trouble. This is one part where it can get a little bit difficult. You do have a limited amount of continues, so you kind of have to play cautiously. I'm not playing so well right now, but if you do play cautiously, you can get through the game with relative ease. And that's all you had to do for that stage in order to kill that last boss. Quite simple. The stage is pretty fun, a little bit cheap in some ways. You kind of got to continue to move forward while hitting the bad guys and not getting hit from behind, because they will walk backwards here. See if I can show you what I mean. They'll only come a certain distance, and then they'll turn around and walk away. And some parts like this require the double jump. If you don't do the double jump, you wind up dying. Some of these chandeliers in the game actually fall, and you got to be careful about that as well. But this stage actually has some pretty good music to it. That Batman over there is an extra life, but to kind of avoid death here, we'll just avoid getting that. One cool little thing that I found out as I was playing this game here, let's see if I can do it without dying. There are some secrets in the game here. As you see here, that's full life, but if I drop back down here and I come back up again, you'll notice that the life is back up there. So as long as you're within one screen length, the screen does change and you can't go back like too far. But as long as you're within one screen length, the items will continue to reappear again, which is kind of nice. But these guys can get quite irritating coming from behind. This guy should turn around. That's the difficult part here. Watch out for tricks here, like falling chandeliers that will knock you back. Overall, it's a very solid game, and really, really good with the controls. Some of the jumps can be a little bit tricky to get used to. You just have to watch out where you stand and watch out for the next set of platforms here. Now, here's where the guys actually start ducking down and shooting, and they start running a lot faster, so just try and go through this as quickly as possible here to try and show you as much of the game as I can in a short amount of time. But if you take this slowly, you can usually do this with relative ease and without getting hit. Here's our next boss here. And this boss is quite easy. If you notice, we have 29 of the throwing stars. This is the second boss. It was kind of a mini boss, but this guy here, with 26 of these throwing shrapnel, bat shrapnels, you can go through this boss really easily. I'm not sure exactly what he's holding. It kind of looks like a boombox, but it's very, very simple. Some similar scenes from the movie. And this is the driving sequence, which is really fun. You have your regular machine gun, and you also have a limited amount of rockets. And what's nice is it continues you off from the last stage with however many you had. So as you can see, I have 20 right now. If I were to die, however, it would only give me 5, so kind of got to play carefully here. There's tanks and all sorts of stuff throughout this stage. As you can see, I'm getting hit. I need to be careful. Try and use my rockets up here as much as possible, because when you die, like I said, you don't get to keep any of those. And since I'm very close, I have to continue here next time I die. It's going to be really a bad situation if I die here. But, oh! Just as I said that, wound up continuing. But nonetheless, just want to give you a little bit of a look here at what Batman's like for the Mega Drive. Really is a fun game. You do have a limited amount of continues. I think maybe it's about 5 or 6. But once you get into the game here, like I said, there's driving stages. After the driving stage, you get to fly the Batwing, which is kind of cool, and a lot of action in the game. It's really got some good music as well, so if you get a chance, I definitely recommend picking it up. But that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching. There's also some secrets that are located throughout the game. If you can hit them right, this is another one. Ah, couldn't get it. There's 3 lives down there, so if you're able to do it correctly, you can wind up getting all 3 of those lives down there. But some places, like these areas here, these can be really difficult to get through. There's some more free stuff, but that's all.